Frank, there is one team that is on a league-long 4-game losing skid. Things are not getting better in Ottawa. Only the Montreal Canadiens have a worse points percentage than them in their division. Only Pittsburgh and Montreal have a worse points percentage than them in the entire Eastern Conference. It was looking okay for a little bit, but 4 straight losses has kind of everyone raising an eyebrow at this Senators team. If they can't get it sorted out, Frank, again, this core has gotten coaching changes. They've gotten front office changes. At some point, do you not have to start looking at the players and going, okay, maybe this isn't the group that's going to get it done?
No, I think you do. I think you have to ask that question at this point in time. I mean, consider some of the reporting that was out there today. The New York Rangers open and willing to make changes. This is a team that's been one of the most successful teams in the league. So what does that mean now about the Ottawa Senators, who have been for the last number of years one of the least successful teams? At some point, you begin to smash your head against the wall when you try and break through doing the same thing over and over and over again. And that's not to say that all hope is lost or that this team can't figure it out or anything like that. But when you have sequences like the Canucks had with them the other night, just almost toying with them at times, that certainly to me raises an eyebrow. And I think you have to be willing to shake things up and make a bigger splash. And I was told over the weekend that among the conversations that the Sens have been in over the last, week to 10 days, in terms of shaking up that core, one of the names that's popped to the surface has been Josh Norris. Look, he's got a number of years left on his deal, 5 after this one, and the injury history is certainly significant. But if you're going to start to make changes, you've got to begin to attack some of the core that's been there for a long time that hasn't had some success. And Norris would be one of those guys that sort of jumps to the top of the page.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, he is scoring still. What is that? 8-20. That's almost a 35 goal pace in the regular season. He's a good player, but man, that is a lot of term and a lot of money. You would imagine that that's maybe like a high cap hit deal for high cap hit deal, right? Like the Sens aren't in the spot where there's going to be dumping them off for a couple of futures.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not the plan at all. I think it would be to go out and see if you can acquire some other players and some kind of forward swap that might just give your team a different look. The tough part is, I don't know how much value someone like Josh Norris has for a lot of the reasons that you mentioned. Not that he doesn't have value. It's just, what are you going to get that's going to help improve this team right in the here and now? And I think if the Sens are going to want to truly, authentically make changes, they're going to have to look deeper into their core and really begin to tinker with the chemistry.
Yeah, and hey, I mean, they also made a couple of big splashes this offseason. Like, we got a comment in here, Chychrun would have been a big piece to move. Whoops, yeah, I mean, you make that swap for Nick Jensen. They also went and got Linus Ullmark. That's not exactly working out so far early in the season, so definitely a lot of question marks around that Senators team right now.
What's up, hockey fans? If you enjoyed that video, then you need to be hitting the subscribe button right here at Daily Faceoff. Exclusive interviews and analysis from our hockey insider Frank Seravalli, fantasy updates from Brock Sagan, and a daily live show at noon Eastern, Monday through Friday. You don't want to miss any of the fantastic content, so hit that subscribe button.